Welcome back, everyone. Today we are bringing you a brand new explainer, diving into a massive, frankly heated debate happening right now in the creator economy. We're going to break down YouTube's controversial monetization policies, uncover the absolute staggering corporate costs behind the scenes, and explore some truly fascinating community-driven solutions that could literally change the game for everyone.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our agenda for today. First, we'll hit the right to monetize, followed by YouTube's multi-billion-dollar bill. Then we'll look at escaping to alternative platforms, direct funding options, and finally, the micro-partner proposal. We're going to analyze the corporate realities first and then jump right into some actionable solutions.
Section 1. The right to monetize and why smaller creators get exactly $0. You know, it's a massively frustrating reality for creators when they see their hard work generating ad revenue for a platform without getting a single cent in return. If you're a smaller creator yourself, you've probably asked this exact question. Why are there commercials on my non-monetized channel? It's incredibly annoying, right? Well, the short answer is a policy literally called the right to monetize. Essentially, YouTube reserves the right to run ads on any video hosted on its servers. And when those ads run on a channel outside their official partner program, YouTube just keeps 100% of that revenue. The creator gets absolutely nothing.
So how did we actually get here? The landscape shifted incredibly fast. Prior to late 2020, smaller creators enjoyed a relatively safe, ad-free space. But then, in November 2020, this right to monetize policy hit US creators, and it officially expanded to all international creators globally by June 2021. Fast forward to 2024, and YouTube's total annual advertising revenue jumped to a mind-blowing $36.1 billion. The entire dynamic just flipped overnight from these ad-free hobbyist spaces to total platform-wide monetization.
Section 2. YouTube's multi-billion-dollar bill. Following the money. Look, to really impartially understand this aggressive policy, we have to look closely at the objective financial data, specifically Google's massive infrastructure expenses. To put this into perspective, we're talking about $45 to $50 billion. That is literally more than the GDP of entire countries. And it's YouTube's estimated annual operating cost. Seeing this figure kind of shifts the narrative, doesn't it? It explains exactly why the platform so aggressively seeks revenue. They have to subsidize the immense data hosting and bandwidth costs of millions of free users uploading petabytes of video every single day. It's like a giant data furnace they have to keep feeding. Now, what's really interesting about this breakdown is where their roughly $60 billion in total revenue actually goes. Surprisingly, the biggest expense, creator payouts. They hand roughly $22 billion right back to monetized creators. Then over $10 billion goes to staff, marketing, and super expensive licensing deals. Think things like NFL Sunday Ticket. Finally, $5 to $8 billion goes purely to keeping the lights on, streaming and server infrastructure. So where do the unmonetized channels fit into this whole puzzle? Well, analysts estimate that YouTube has generated between $1.5 and $3.5 billion in pure profit globally, solely from ads on those non-monetized channels since late 2020. Because they don't split this revenue with creators, it's a highly efficient pure profit stream that helps them chip away at those massive server costs we just talked about. And the sheer scale here is just wild. There are roughly 60 million active channels consistently uploading content out there, yet only about 2 million of them are actually in the YouTube Partner Program. That leaves tens of millions of smaller, hobbyist channels generating hundreds of billions of collective views. For YouTube, this represents a highly efficient, entirely free margin. Section 3. Escaping to alternative platforms and finding your niche. Now, you aren't trapped in this ecosystem. Let's pivot from the problem to our first set of solutions, empowering you by exploring platforms that actually prioritize creator-focused revenue models. If you're thinking about moving your content, matching your specific video style to the right platform is absolutely essential. For instance, Vimeo is entirely ad-free, relying instead on subscriptions, which is perfect for high-end, professional, or creative work. Odyssey offers zero ads and pays out in crypto based on views, a really cool setup for commentary or vlogs. Rumble is a direct competitor offering day-one compensation, which is ideal for news and commentary. And of course, Twitch offers day-one comp through viewer tips and subs, absolutely dominating the gaming and live interaction space. Section 4. Direct fan funding options. Bypassing the algorithm altogether. If you want to stay on YouTube but completely sidestep their algorithmic ad models, direct support is without a doubt your best tool.
Platforms like Patreon are incredible because they allow your most loyal viewers to fund you directly. Setting it up is basically a simple three-step roadmap. First, define 2 to 3 accessible membership tiers with simple perks. Second, create a clean, minimalist page with a clear pitch and branded visuals. And third, so the crucial point here is you must verbally call out and visually link your Patreon in every single explainer you make. Your audience won't join if you aren't constantly reminding them it exists. To give you a concrete idea, here are some highly effective tiers you can literally steal today. Tier 1 at $2 to $3 is the supporter level. Think simple Discord access or shoutouts. Tier 2, around $5 to $10, is early access, giving viewers a 24 to 48-hour head start on your content. And Tier 3, at $15 or more, is for behind-the-scenes perks, like blooper reels or voting rights on your next topic. You can immediately apply this structure to your own content strategy.
Section 5. The Micro-Partner Proposal, a community-driven solution. Now, this is a visionary pitch drafted by the creator community, and it's framed as a highly professional, realistic compromise between those massive corporate server costs we discussed and a creator's right to earn. And this brilliantly illustrates the problem. Right now, we have a rigid all-or-nothing system. You either get a 0% split, or you hit an arbitrary threshold and suddenly get 55%. The proposed model completely shatters this, replacing it with a tiered entry ad share program. It's an inclusive framework that actually rewards creators from day one of their journey. So here is how the dynamic splits would actually work in practice. For Tier 1, 0 to 250 subscribers, YouTube takes 80% and the creator gets 20%. YouTube still covers its massive upfront data costs, but the creator gets that early financial validation. In Tier 2, growing up to 999 subs, it shifts slightly, 65% for YouTube, 35% for the creator. And finally, at Tier 3, past 1,000 subs, you transition right into the standard partner program at a 55% creator split. Now, of course, a massive idea like this carries corporate risks, right? Like millions of spam bots trying to drain funds. But the proposal addresses this directly with strict operational guardrails. Earnings would sit in a digital escrow wallet requiring a minimum $50 cash out to limit transaction fees. There's instant copyright disqualification, meaning a 0% share if you get a strike, and strict identity verification, like two-factor auth and phone verification, prevents AI farms from exploiting the whole system.
The real genius of this proposal, though? Major advertisers and Google executives might actually buy into it. It's a total win-win. By incentivizing millions of microchannels, YouTube massively expands its global ad inventory. Because YouTube keeps 65 to 80% of that new revenue, it yields a way higher profit margin than they get from major stars. And advertisers? They get access to incredibly cheap, hyper-targeted grassroots audiences. It completely transforms a creator complaint into a really smart business strategy. So, I'll leave you with this provocative question to ponder. Would 50 million signatures and a massive platform migration finally force YouTube to share the wealth? I mean, online petitions aren't legally binding for sure, but record-breaking PR pressure, advertiser anxiety, and genuine competitor leverage could permanently rewrite the rules of the creator economy. That is the true power of community-driven solutions. Thank you so much for joining us on this explainer. Keep questioning the systems around you, and we will see you next time.